Hey everyone, it is Julie here with TipRanks, and today we're taking a look at 3 top AI ETFs. So let's get into it. Alright guys, welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here. Of course, the AI industry has been booming over this past year and a half, with some big name stocks like Nvidia seeing some outrageous gains. Now, a lot of investors have been buying up single stocks in this category, but today we're going to look at 3 top ETFs that are focused on the artificial intelligence industry. These ETFs offer a great way to get diversification across a handful of AI-focused companies. So we're going to take a look at these ETFs, what their main objective is, and how they've been performing lately. You can check these ETFs out over on the TipRanks website or by downloading the TipRanks mobile app using the links in the description down below. Now let's jump right into our AI ETFs. We're going to take a look at 2 ETFs from GlobalX today, starting off with their GlobalX Robotics and AI ETF. It trades under the ticker BOTZ, or BOTZ, currently priced just shy of $32 per share. This ETF has seen growth of 39% over the past year and has climbed 20% in the last 3 months, and they have an expense ratio of 0.69%. As the ETF's name suggests, they focus in on robotics and artificial intelligence, seeking to invest in companies that potentially stand to benefit from increased adoption and utilization of robotics and AI, including those involved with industrial robotics and automation, non-industrial robots, and autonomous vehicles. They note that there is high growth potential in the global robotics market, with forecasts saying it could go up to $280 billion by 2032, and that the average cost of the industrial robot is declining. Of course, robotics and AI have wide-reaching applications far beyond the industrial activity. The BOTZ ETF does have $3.4 billion in assets under management, making it the largest that we're looking at today. There are 43 holdings in the BOTZ ETF, and they are very highly concentrated in their top 10, as it makes up 72% of the ETF. Looking down below at our top positions, not a big surprise here that we have Nvidia in the lead with 23% weight, followed by Intuitive Surgical, and then we get into some foreign companies here, so a lot of these trading in the UK or Japan markets. When we look at the top performing smart portfolio investors, there is 0.5% of all portfolios holding BOTZ, and it has increased over 5% in the last 30 days. Now we're going to pivot right over to our second GlobalX ETF with their Artificial Intelligence and Technology ETF. This one trades under the ticker AIQ, currently priced at $33.58. It has grown 53% in the past year and has climbed 11.6% in the last 3 months. They have an expense ratio at 0.68%. Now, the big difference between this ETF and the first one is there isn't a focus on robotics. This is more purely artificial intelligence. This ETF seeks to invest in companies that potentially stand to benefit from the further development and utilization of AI technology in their products and services, as well as in companies that provide hardware facilitating the use of AI for the analysis of big data. And of course, they do point out that with all the breakthroughs in generative AI, forecasts suggest that the intelligence market could increase to more than $1.3 trillion by 2032, and that AI is quickly expanding beyond data centers. This ETF has $1.46 billion in total assets and has 86 holdings. And those holdings are a bit less concentrated in the top 10%, as we're sitting at 33%. No surprise that Nvidia is still in the number 1 position here, but a much smaller weight at 4%, followed by a lot of North American companies like Meta, Netflix, Qualcomm, Broadcom, Amazon, and more. Now, while analysts don't rate ETFs specifically, TipRanks is able to put an analyst rating on the ETF as they look at all of the underlying holdings. And this AIQ ETF does come in as a moderate buy. And the average price target based on all the weighted holdings comes in at $37 for an upside of over 10%. Down below, we can see the stocks with the highest upside potential, including Viasat and Baidu, and the stocks with the highest downside, which is Supermicrocomputer, as the stock has seen some huge growth lately, and Celestica. All right, now moving away from GlobalX, we're going to take a look at the iShares Robotic and Artificial Intelligence Mltsctr ETF. This one trades under the ticker IRBO, currently priced at $34.66. They've seen growth of 20% overall in the past year and are up just a few percent in the last few months. This is our lowest expense ratio of the day at 0.47%. Similar to the first ETF we looked at, this is another one that has a focus on both robotics and artificial intelligence. Its investment objective is to track the investment results of an index composed of developed and emerging market companies that could benefit from long-term growth and innovation in robotics technologies and AI. They're seeking long-term growth with companies that can shape the global economic future. This one is a little bit smaller than the first two that we looked at, with total assets of about $650 million. But we are getting up to a higher holdings count, as this one holds 113 different positions, and the top 10 makes up just shy of 15%. And actually, we don't have NVIDIA in the top position here for once. In the number one spot is actually MicroStrategy. They're followed by ARM Holdings. Then we have NVIDIA here coming in third, followed by AMD, Megaport, Meta Platforms, and Spotify. Down on the left here, we can also take a look at a heat map for the ETF and see which stocks are in the red or in the green. So in that top position, we did have MicroStrategy, and it's no surprise as they're up over 13% today. Weighing out the ratings of those 113 holdings, this ETF does come in as a moderate buy and has an average price target of nearly $39 per share for an upside of 12%. Looking at our stocks with the highest upside potential, we have Matterport and Fubo TV in the top two positions. With stocks with the highest downside potential are, funnily enough, MicroStrategy. They had a downside of 39% as it surpassed price targets by so much. Second position there, ARM Holdings as well. And lastly, we're taking a look at the Invesco AI and Next-Gen Software ETF. It trades under the ticker IGPT, currently priced at $44.83. It has climbed up 48% in the past year and has grown over 22% in the last 3 months. Their expense ratio comes in at 0.6%. This ETF is based on the Stocks World AC Next-Gen Software Development Index. And the fund will normally invest at least 90% of its total assets in common stocks that comprise that index. So taking a look at that index, they're comprised of companies with significant exposure to technologies or products that contribute to advancement in software development through direct revenue. These companies or components of their business line are expected to benefit from long-term structural trends driven by technological and societal change, which in the future may have a substantial impact on their performance. And this is our smallest ETF of the day, with total assets at $265.8 million. And with 102 holdings in the ETF, this is another that's heavily weighted in that top 10%, as it's over 62%. Once again, in the number one position, we have NVIDIA and other big names here in the US like Meta, AMD, Google, Adobe, and Qualcomm. Similar to the other ETFs, this one also comes in with a moderate buy rating. And a price target of $48 would imply an upside potential just shy of 7%. Looking at the stocks with the highest upside, in the number one spot here we have Luminar Technologies, followed by Cinch AB, and stocks with the highest downside is once again MicroStrategy, followed by Super Microcomputer. So that is a quick look at 4 ETFs with some big exposure to AI companies. Let me know your thoughts on these ETFs, or what other ones have you excited lately. I know there's a lot of great options out there right now. Please keep in mind these videos are never a suggestion to buy or sell any stock, so please make sure you always stick to your own investment plan. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you back here next time.